OMG, welcome back to my channel. So excited you're here. It's Jody Dunn, and I'm coming at you with a bonus video this week. OMG, the hubs and I got so much work done, and I had so much footage that I was like, I'm just gonna bring you a bonus video. So you can see he's working right now on pulling up some rocks from that back area, and we're placing them. I started, if you caught Tuesday's video, I started a little pathway of rocks here. I kind of told him what my idea was about pulling some from the front bed, and he got to work. Well, we both got to work. But it's so funny because he just works fast. He doesn't worry about filming videos. He doesn't film videos. I do. So a lot of times you're going to see me running after him with the camera because he's just doing things. It was kind of funny. But anyways, I hope you're excited. I hope you got big plans for the weekend to do something that you think is fun. And let's get into the video. If you're new and you just found me, so happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know you are new so I can welcome you and say hi back to you? And if you are already subscribed, I appreciate you so much. Thanks for coming back to another video. I found a couple of flagstones in the backyard that I wasn't doing anything with. They were in that bed that I'm working on. And so I told the hubs, I don't think we're going to have enough rocks to complete this. You know, let's just lay down some of the flagstone and see how it looks. You don't think so? Or even more on that area?
Not unless I dig and stand it up.
No, I don't want to stand it up. That's way more of a hazard. And he did not like that idea. So anyways, I told him about some of the rocks up here that I don't think we need up here, but we could really utilize them on that pathway. So we're going to get a couple of these big rocks moved. Now, funny enough, my neighbor was out and he had 4 huge rocks in his front lawn that he wanted to move because he wanted to plant some grass there. And so we let him borrow this dolly, which is actually like a furniture or appliance dolly that my husband's father had given him. And they, him and his brother-in-law offered to help if we needed help with any rocks. I'm sure it's a man thing, but you know, hubs didn't want to ask for help. So I said, well, I got a big rock in the back. Could you help me with that? And so they helped us with that, but you're going to see in a minute, I left this basically whole clip in. There was an even bigger rock than this one that him and I really struggled with. And I asked him like 3 times, do you want me to go ask the neighbor for help? If you've ever moved rocks, you know it is hard work. Even with the dolly, it's hard work. But the dolly definitely, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to do a lot of these without that dolly. Well, I just put that in the ground. Huh?
He is full. Look at his leg.
Pollen. I can just pull this one up real quick because I just put it in the ground a few days ago. Did you hear me say, where's my shovel? I need to pull up a flower that I just planted. My husband has a dang shovel right in his hand. Why him or I did not think, he probably thought I needed a special shovel to pull up the flower. But of course I didn't. Any shovel would have worked. So this is the big massive rock that he's waiting on me to move, the little sunflower that I planted. And you're going to see us try to move this dang thing. to go get the thing? Want it like this?
Well, let me turn it around.
Do what? Like that? Let me go ask him help.
No, it's not going to set.
You don't think so? Even if you can push it all the way up and I lean it back quickly?
It's the shape of it. Okay. Watch your foot.
Ready? No? You think if two of you were doing it, I could lift it like that?
Go ahead and try it. No. Lean back.
Yep. Wow. Wow.
Right here in the corner.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that looks good. And that was the neighbor saying, "You got that?" I was like, "Yeah, I think so." OMG. So while we were in that front bed, I asked my husband to move 2 rocks because I decided, I know we're working on this project, but I decided I wanted a pathway from a little garden bed up there into the grass because I walk the path right here all of the time. So I was like, let's create a little pathway. Can you move the rock that's on the top and the rock that's on the bottom? And he was like, yeah, I can do that. And we can use that flagstone. And I was like, oh yeah, the flagstone. That's going to be perfect. So I need to fill this hole that was created from this big rock being moved down here. And I just happen to have 2 bags of topsoil in the garage that I had bought at the beginning of the season, just like while I was getting some gardening supplies because I didn't know if I'd need any topsoil. I'm glad I had it. So I can go ahead and fill this big hole that taking the rock out created. And I had 3 pretty large flagstones in the backyard that I knew about. And then the hubs tells me that there's a whole bunch more in the yard that I was not aware of. The ones I knew about were white, and I guess the other ones were a darker color, but I didn't care about that at all.
Definitely not as white as that one.
Well, I don't care. Well, I didn't fill that hole yet. Yeah, that needs to be filled. Where are those from? The way out back? Oh, okay. So you can see these ones that he brought up are a little bit darker color, but that doesn't matter to me. I don't mind if they are mismatched. I am just dang excited that I was like, can we create a garden path here? And he was like, yeah, and we got flagstone.
I walked back there and they were blending together but cracked, and it looked really cool.
Oh, really? They were blending together, what? Oh, but cracked.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying, and you were going to try to piece them back together. Is it right here?
Separated a little bit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
just the way they were laying, it looked really, really cool.
It's got to be here because there's moss. It's the only thing I don't know. What do you think about that? It's got to be right here, don't you think? Or is it here? So as we're chatting about how to piece these together, I was like, take me to the back and show me where all this flagstone is. My gosh, how much is there of this?
Oh, it's all over the place. I think they had a walkway.
Oh, which I would love to do that.
All the way back there.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking that the other day, a walkway from the grass into here would be nice.
I think they had it like a barrier.
Yeah.
Like they had everything growing on this side, and after here, they didn't really give a shit.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think from what I heard, she was pretty particular about her yard, so I think she probably had the most gorgeous yard. Wow, there's a lot. That one might be too big for the spot we're thinking, though, do you think? It might not. Yeah. We probably need a flatter one, don't we, for just that one little spot? Maybe this one here? Maybe this one, you think? It's got the, like, triangle shape. You just spray yourself?
No, I cracked it.
Oh, well, that just gives it character. It looks like, is that...
two pieces together.
Yeah. And here I am running after him again. He just takes off. He's a man on a mission. So this one he accidentally cracked when he just barely dropped it on the ground. But that's fine. I think it fits perfect. I flippin' love it. I love it. I think it looks so good. It looks so good. Does it not look so good?
I want to put one here now.
You do? Okay. Is there... Well, there was a couple small ones, I think. It looks so good. So good. He did find one more to fill that area that he wanted to fill, but oh my gosh, I am in love with it. I told my husband we had a big rock right there. No, there was a big rock here and a big rock at the bottom. I said, I'd really like to make a pathway from here to the grass. I just think that would just add such character. It would look so cute. And I'm always walking through this way anyways when I'm coming to check on my flowers or water my flowers. And he was like, yeah, we can do that. And then after we moved the rocks, he was like, well, I got a bunch of that flagstone in the back that I found. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So just a lot of sweat and a little bit of work. And I got a new little garden pathway and I love it. Here I am again running after him. I asked him to take this big rock out because I thought we could use it in the pathway. I'm not going to take every rock out of the front because I think it's a nice separation from the garden bed and the grass, but there was two that we took out of there and it'll just space out nicely. I just had to move like one closer to the other so you don't even notice that it's gone, but we needed it for this area to complete. Well, we didn't complete the walkway today. We still need some more rocks, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but we got a ton of it done. Okay, I've got some sitting on the back porch, but they're pretty small. Or the back deck. Yeah, that looks good. That's a good one for over here. What do you think taking all these little rocks right here and yeah, just moving it, you think that's possible? That's pretty big. Because that would give us quite a few. That's a good size rock. I just thought there's so many rocks sitting here that we could use if we can move this big one forward. So Hubs is going to work on just moving it forward some. And for the little pathway that I made in that front garden, I will fill in like some soil in between those rocks just to make it a little more even. There was one of them that he had to actually like dig because it was a teeny little bit thicker. But I want it to be a smooth path, but I'm just so incredibly happy to have that little pathway there. And funny enough, I use that pathway every day. The girls often use that pathway when they go out and play. Clark runs through that pathway. Clark will not run through that pathway now that the stones are down. He goes all the way around. Hopefully he'll get used to the stones being there. And you see that rock that Hubs pulled onto the grass? I wasn't even planning on taking that out, but he ended up taking that one out as well and just kind of moving the two closer together. So we got two good sized rocks out of this bed for the pathway and still left the rock border here.
As far as you're gonna go.
Well, that was quite a few inches, so I think that makes the difference. I'll just need to put down a little one, like in between these two that you're looking at right here. But that helped a ton to take out those two medium-sized rocks to use for the pathway. Huh? Okay. You did a lot. Oh, this one, actually, I might move this one in the back.
You want the flat spot in the front or this in front?
That.
This?
Yeah. Perfect. I'd really like to get one of these rocks out of this bed, the shade bed. But those are very, very big. So jeez Louise, the dang acorns. One dropped right on top of my head. It felt like somebody threw something at me. And then there are a few more rocks that we're going to be able to move. Let me show you. All right, we already moved. Well, there was one there. There was one big one there. A small one here. These three, I think we're going to move out of here and use that to line the pathway because they just get hidden anyways because I want to plant flowers here. And that will give me extra planting space as well, which will be wonderful. So I think those three will get moved, but not until maybe fall. I told him we can't. We can't hurt the flowers. So, and I'm not about to try to dig up zinnias. They don't like their roots disturbed, so I'm not doing it. So that'll have to wait till fall. All right, so this bed is done as far as getting the rocks out. We're not even going to attempt to get this one out, and I can just work around this one. I don't know how far deep it is buried. It might not be that deep. I don't know, but we're not. So I just got to get these holes filled, and then I can cover this with cardboard, and I don't know, maybe plant some things. I got a bunch of shade-loving plants that were on sale, perennials. But man, this area gets more sun than I was thinking it gets. Oh, hi, Clarky. Hi. Hi, what are you doing? So I don't know. This is probably not going to be the best bed for what I have planted here. What do you think, Clarky? All right, instead of working harder, I'm going to work smarter. And I'm going to put this in a hole where the rock was. So that way I have less to fill, which will work out good. And Don't know that I would consider this a full sun bed. I gotta really watch and see how much sun it gets. It could depend on the time of the year too. I'm kind of surprised how much sun it's getting. I have a heuchera that I want to plant in here, and it might not do well in here. But anyways, let's get this gorgeous mum in the ground. I have to dig a little bit more, but not too much. Maybe. Dang. I don't know if I can even dig. Oh, I know why. I think there's a liner here from where they had the fountain that I had told you about maybe last video. Yeah, that is crap. It's not letting me get through here. Well, thought I was being smarter. Maybe this is not gonna work. Or maybe this is just all that stupid weed barrier. Let me see if I can cut that. Oh crap, I'm probably gonna run into that everywhere. That stuff is so thick. It will not be working smarter. It will definitely be working harder to try to get that up. I tried to cut it, which I did cut it, but it's so buried in there and so thick. It's probably just gonna be everywhere in this area. Dang it. Which, I mean, I guess if I can't plant anything here right now, I just can't. Let me see what this area looks like that I just filled with a bunch of dirt. Yeah, that area I couldn't get through. So the whole area where the pond was, of course, they had laid down a liner. I'm sure very similar to a pool liner, which is thick as heck. So we would literally have to dig up the whole area to get that liner out, and I'm not messing with that right now. So I'm gonna plant this mum. I just moved it for where the pond wasn't, so I know I can dig down, because this is a huge, massive mum. I had no intentions of buying another mum, but I went to the store looking for a couple of perennials, hoping they'd be on sale at this time of year, and they were. And they had these big, huge, massive mums marked for $9.99, only the white ones. Now, when I went up to the register, it did not ring up for $9.99. It rang up for like $20. And I showed her the sticker. Somebody must have mismarked the white one. So they did honor it, but I thought, my gosh, I would pay $10 for the size pot this is. I'm going to grab this mum. It's very beautiful, and maybe it'll perennialize for me. I'm sure it will. So it's going in the ground back here. I was going to put it up front with the other mums, but then I was like, no, I'll just put this one in back. Again, I can just move everything if I decide to change my mind later, but this is where she's going, and she is absolutely gorgeous. And I also got the heuchera in the ground as well, and I'm just going to pull a couple of these weeds that were a little bit big and then start getting the holes filled and the cardboard down so that I can finish this bed out. So this whole area over here by the deck, I'm not going to be planting anything this year. We already ran into the issue with the liner, so I can't go too deep. I could plant shallow plants there or flowers. Maybe I'll do that next year. I don't know. But I used up my one more bag that I had of topsoil, which did not quite take care of the holes. So I'm going to pull in some of the wood chips and just fill the rest of the holes, which worked great. I overfilled them, but then, well, I changed my mind later. And I think I did like 2 or 3 wheelbarrows full of the wood chips. And I think the wood chips are a great, filler. Somebody had suggested that last video. You can always use that. They'll decompose in the ground. They'll kind of turn into soil itself. But I did get a little bit nervous, like, are they going to decompose quickly? And they're going to sink down quickly. So it could potentially be a little bit of a hazard. We don't walk in this area very often, but if somebody did and they hit one of the holes that I filled, it could be a hazard. So I ended up going to the store. But first, we're going to plant a hosta. All right, I'm a little nervous, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to split my first hosta. So this is one I got 30% off, and it is a Shadowland Proven Winners Woo La La. It's going to get huge, like huge. Hang on, let me see if I can find, oh, not as big as I thought, 36 to 48 inches. That's huge. Not as big as some in Substance, but I think I see a split, but it's, I don't know, should I do it? All right, I'm just doing it. Oh, maybe I don't see a split. Maybe I do. OMG. OMG. I think I did it. I think I did it. Well, I don't know if that was good or not. Did I split that one apart? I don't know. I think they'll be fine. They should be fine. So now I got two Woo La Las. That's the only part that makes me whatever. Yep, I think that'll fit just perfect in there. Is that the one I want? Yeah, I got new growth even coming on that one. Okay. Okay, compost. I gotta go get some more compost. I know it'll be totally fine. Hostas are so incredibly hardy. It was my first one that I ever split, though, so it made me a little nervous the first time you do anything. So anyways, that was exciting. I have lots of gardening firsts this year, so we're going to get this Woo La La in the ground, and then I'm going to put the other half in a different spot. All right, so everything is planted that I want to plant in this area. So I got Woo La La, hosta. I'll pop the name up on the screen. I can't remember. Midnight something. Heuchera. I have an Astilbe, my stained glass, my Astilbe that I already planted in here. Raspberry. Dang it. I always want to say Sherbert. It's not. Hosta. My Sun King, and the mums. So I got a little bit more cardboard I need to put down and then cover that with the wood chips. And I think she looks lovely. Can't even tell I split her. Oh, did I lose a leaf? Oh, I broke a leaf off maybe, or maybe that already was. But she's got new growth, so hopefully I'll show you where I put the other half of her. I just popped her in the ground right here. She looks like a whole hosta too. So probably gonna have to spray this one with some liquid fence. I mean, it's very close to the shade garden, but I don't know. The animals might touch that one. So anyways, she probably won't stay there. Maybe she will. I don't know, because I've got some plans for this area, but that's where I put her right now. The hubs had added some more wood chips to the path just to kind of bring them up to the rocks, and it just looks so good. It looks so good. I'm so happy. We got a lot more to finish still, but it looks great for now. All right, like I said, I was too nervous, so I went and got some more topsoil from the store and just filled those and packed that down. So I think that will be good. So I just moved the cardboard because I had it just laid out anyways. So I ended up putting like, probably about 70 pounds. I didn't quite use 2 bags, but 70 pounds of topsoil in these little holes here, which I had already put topsoil and a couple wheelbarrows full of wood chips. So I think we'll be good now, and that just makes me feel a little bit better. And then I'm just going to get these covered back up with the cardboard, and then I have to move some wood chips on top of them. And oh my gosh, this bed will be done. So everything that you've watched up until now all happened in the same day. Oh my gosh. I normally don't work for that long of a period of time, but I think I was outside for like 6 hours. I think Hubs was out for like 4.5. But he did a lot more heavy lifting than me. I was just having so much fun. It was such a beautiful day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I took a couple of breaks in between, had lunch, stuff like that. So that's probably the longest I've ever worked on a project. Usually I do it over multiple days. So now this is a whole new day. Got the topsoil in, laid out the cardboard, and OMG, this took several wheelbarrows of wood chips to finish the rest of this. But so darn grateful for those free wood chips from Chip Drop that we got a few weeks ago. They have really been coming in handy. Okay. Couple more. I think it ended up taking me 9 wheelbarrows full to fill the rest of this bed. I had already filled more than half of it. This is a pretty large bed, so. And of course, we got Clarky out here supervising and just making sure I am doing a good job. We're going to take a quick look at this bed before. Here it is, just a really quick clip, just filled with weeds. And then I got in here and transformed it. Oh my gosh, it is done. It matches the rest of the bed. That was a lot of work, and it's warm today, so I love it. It feels good. I'm sweating. And this bed is now officially done. I probably will bring one more wheelbarrow full of wood chips just because they'll settle. And I think I filled this side a little bit higher, although you can't tell, than this side. But oh my gosh. It just looks so much better, so much better. So I won't be doing any planting over there, obviously, with the pond that used to be there and the liner issue. I can think about planting next year if I want to, some shallow, either perennials or annuals there. Those will work fine, but that big mum was way too big for that area. So anyways, we got so much done, created a new garden pathway in one of the beds out front that I'm so happy about. Lined more than half of the pathway coming from the driveway into the backyard with the rocks. That was so much work. And then I got 4 things planted because I split the one hosta over there, the Woo La La. So I got Woo La La planted. Before I forget, let's just look because I got the tag right here. What did I say? Midnight something? It's not midnight. What I do with the tag? Oh, for that. Oh, here it is. This is what it is. It's Primo Black Pearl Heuchera. And got the white mum. Couldn't just steal of a deal. Could not pass that up. I think it looks lovely. So anyways, there you go. I hope this video inspired you to tackle a project in your house. I appreciate you so much for spending time with me today. And that's all I got to say. I'm tired. I need to take a break. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you so very much, and I'm going to see you again soon. Have a great day. Bye.